Welcome back to... Oh, hold on.
Welcome back. We're
Act
already here,
one.
Pedro.
At last, Bull and Horse have been beaten in Kutaro's... Oh, okay.
Thanks, he was telling us that.
Wait, it's a Halloween-themed land?
No, that's the thing, Joe. I'm reading the schedule here. Apparently, it also says it here.
Halloween, so why does it play John Carpenter's Halloween theme, damn it?
So I called it. It is horror theme.
In the dark of the night.
You know, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting, John Carpenter making a musical of Halloween.
A short time ago.
With a story narrator.
I'm sorry, I thought this was the horror theme section, not the sci-fi area.
Remember, Teo, just call him G. He's G to his friends, and we're all friends here. So.
As his moonstone shards were taken and his advantage slipped away. Kutaro's deeds of daring do.
Well, hey, the moon looks like cheese, so there's that.
Were on the brink of rebellion.
That is not green cheese. That was the moon. The sky is falling.
Kutaro made the forceps.
Why did you turn it from Wallace and Gromit to fucking Chicken Little?
Well, technically I was referencing King's Quest 7, but yeah, that was a reference to Chicken Little itself, so...
Kutaro and Pikarina were winding their way back to the Wild Waste when they got lost in a dense...
Wait, we're still in the Wild Waste?
Well, transition into the next phase, next world.
Yes, I've seen Snow White.
But we were never in Kansas.
Pikarina, get your fairy tale straight.
I'm sorry, again, are we sure this isn't just an ERP and we faked our moon landing?
Getting lost would be a total bummer. Okay, back to the entrance.
But alas,
Are you
neither
scared?
one had the foggiest idea from whence they came.
Wow.
Well, you're flying upwards. Fly upwards and find a path.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why don't you fly us above these spooky-looking trees?
Like I said, I think Pikarina doesn't have enough string to carry Kutaro all the way.
You've got a moon to
Doesn't explain why she pretended to fall while flying.
That,
As
yeah.
we had a choice. The only
Why are
road
we
was
questioning the
forward
logic
to
of a play involving a kid who could wear anything as a head?
And the moon is shaped like an actual planet. Terrible.
Again, these are the bad guys who say...
Oh, the Atlas Horseman, of course.
But he's not played by John Cleese, so boo.
That's okay. If anything,
What about Christopher Walken, Dweebs?
I know right now, that's a headless horseman.
right into the labyrinthine.
Wow, what was that?
Tim Burton.
Johnny Depp's Sleepy Hollow. It's actually a pretty good movie.
That's one chubby
Oh.
pumpkin.
Oh, it needs a bomb.
Ooh.
Like a bomb ought to light it up.
Alright, let's try it. Oh.
And then there was... what's it doing? The light just rolled off. Hurry! Want me to light
Alright,
the
let's go.
candle? Wax on, wax off.
On. Wax off.
You're just full on references today, Pikarina, aren't you?
Well, considering these movie lands we're going to, why not?
I mean, they got more creative names than the ones from the Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah.
Hey, Jibs, I'll have you know, I like me my car land.
Carland.
I guess these will
honestly.
be called. I guess we will be called in those terms a spooky land.
Honestly,
Puppet
Jover,
Land.
honestly, Jover, that pales in comparison to Sideland.
Of course you'd like your Sidle land.
It is
Oh,
better than
Pumpkinhead.
It's better than Tealand. It's such a rip-off. You go there expecting to find cups of tea everywhere, but no, it's just the letter T everywhere.
Ooh,
Watch your step, please.
lovely.
I was planning on taking Shiroi there, but when I found out about when I went there myself, yeah.
Was proprieted by Mr. T himself?
Over here.
No, it was run by some guy named Derek.
Of course.
Snack
Ooh.
attention.
Alright, time
So-
to cut lollipops, I guess.
So, Dwiz, this Derek, was his last name Simmons by any chance?
No, his last name was also Derek.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it turns out that his parents were they were really stumped on Pinky.
What is he doing?
They just
Is-
called him Derek.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Bye
yeah.
then.
This is the kind of level design you'd see in like a Mega Man game.
Well,
I saw this. It's actually giving me the worst kind of the vibes. I saw this in like Mega Man X7.
Oh,
Okay,
I think.
Kanda.
Wow.
Although
at least
I
you
trust
know-
this controls a lot better. With the X7.
and this one is not a lie. Alright, continuing to traveling through Tim Burton land. That's what this one is,
Even-
Glyph. It's
even
Tim Burton
you-
land.
Even the music goes a bit Danielle, man.
Guess it hates the light.
Of course it hates the light, honey.
Am I on
Well, maybe Patrick Doyle and Danny Elford met one time, and
Wanna light 'em up?
With this being a Sony AP, where's the cameo of Sir Daniel Fortescue?
and where's the Sony product placement?
Silly Tio, this is when Sony didn't want to be associated with their cartoony platformer characters.
Well, the Ratchet and Clank games were being made all throughout the PS3 era, so it's.
I repeat, they didn't really want to be associated with a lot of their cartoony platformer characters. Like,
So
okay,
why
yes.
did they allow them to be made then?
Well,
Actually,
okay.
they're more shooters than straight up platformers, so.
Yeah.
And
Still
and
not
and,
too.
and
Don't worry,
and
Joe. Don't worry, Joe. I'm sure Knack 3 is in development right now.
like I said in the NAC 2 run, maybe launch title for the PS5.
Well, hopefully.
Well,
Medieval
it depends on the future too, because Mark Cerny is engineering the PS5. If he manages to make the PS5 a success as much as he did with the PS4, most likely it will be the same scenario again. As a reward, he'll get to make the game whatever game he wants to make. So.
Say, you know, here's hoping that Medieval does well, because unlike Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, Medieval is actually still owned by Sony. So
It seems to be the trade-off. Mark makes awesomely made pieces of hardware for Sony, and in return he gets to make whatever games he wants, apparently.
which used to not be a bad thing.
Yeah, again, it's not a problem with lack of passion or lack of creative freedom. It's just the fact that he's just not good at being in charge of a
Like I
project.
said, Japan Studio usually is a good studio, so it's uncharacteristic of them doing stinker.
See, Knack 2 felt like Japan Studio just being desperate, since Mark Cerny didn't have near as much to say about that as he did with the first Knack game.
Like, this game is right here, this game is an example of what Japan Studio is capable of doing.
Wait. This was also done by Japan Studio?
Yep.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot they're the ones behind
Oh, you just the pumpkin ad before.
this. It really is sad seeing Japan Studio go from this to Knack. Like, this is so much creativity, so much posture, so much grace to it. Train tracks?
Well, to be fair, most likely they were run by different development teams, because remember, this game and Knack 1 came out in the same year.
Make a wish,
that too.
Cinderella. Your carriage awaits.
This was one of the last
hold
games
on.
on the PS3.
But go scare me out me britches.
That's nice. But if you really want to thank us, tell us where the heck we are.
Pardon? Oh, well,
Please
we're
do.
on the outskirts of Halloweenville. Cozy place.
Halloweenville.
Bear Kings.
Oh,
Generals
Hattonville.
come along.
I guess it's just south of Halloween Town.
Did stuff?
That's
And
right.
it's a bit away from Halloween City.
Right all over 'em.
Huh.
Thank you,
That
Mr.
would
Crane.
explain the candy and cookie trees.
Mr. Crane, that sounds like a Grange Hill character.
Because the townsfolk
Basically, it was the real name of the Scarecrow villain is Jonathan Crane.
Just
Yeah.
desserts, you might say.
So that's what happened. After Grange Hill was ended, everyone suddenly became the Scarecrow.
So spooky.
So I had dogs.
Oh, it's well.
Oh, a dog.
Grange Hill's kind of known for
Ah, there we go. Another bit from the Zodiac, a dog.
lots of like
Let's
ghosts.
whip that puppy and take his moonstone shard.
Alright.
So, guys, during the interval, I bought a second volume of the program they sell for for this production,
Oh, really?
Huge program.
and I learned something rather interesting.
What?
The props they used to make the heads for the main character.
Yeah.
They went above and beyond and actually went out and got real toasters and skulls and that, and decorated them up a bit.
Echoed through the Snaggerbosk's shadowy.
I'm not really sure why they wanted a real human skull, but
Kutaro, I've got your back.
that's points for.
Thanks,
Aw,
Pic-
that's
Thanks,
so
thanks,
nice.
thanks to know that, Pikarina.
Now, will you actually stick to that for once?
So yeah, basically, you should still stay near the fireflies because the shadows can get us there.
This actually reminds me a bit of, there's a concept of another game that Sony published around this time, the Unfinished Swan. It has actually one of the later chapters where this mechanic of you having to light things up and stay there, otherwise now you're
guys.
dead.
Rid of theatre, why are you talking about video games?
Because
Funny story, dude.
remember, Dwez, we've talked about this. This is the first ever experimental interactive theater type of play.
So who's interacting with the theater, you may ask?
Oh, the K-Cat, there you go, let's see if you can do it.
The production is actually being powered by PS3.
Whoa.
Well, yeah. Well, remember, Dwez, as we've learned in Person of Interest, it actually can be done.
The howls grew closer and closer.
Well, look at it this way, Jova. The whole Sony thing with cartoony platformers, that's kind of like the same thing with Warner Brothers when it comes to good TV shows. Ding.
Hang on.
Okay. You know, funnily enough, Pedro, now that Turner Warner has... now that Turner Film has been dissolved, now Warner Brothers actually get proper control over their TV series.
But that's exactly my problem, Jova. I don't...
No, that's the thing. Apparently, we have Turner to thank more so for some of the more dumb decisions done to a lot of TV shows. Like, you know, Teen Titans Go being overshadowed? That was actually direct order from Turner. Also, same thing from Person of Interest as well.
Well, Person of Interest was cancelled because apparently the new management didn't like the show. So...
Yep, and you want to know who gave that new management? Turner.
Well, now it's too late at this point.
Well,
The point
Turner's.
is, apparently now that Warner Brothers have control over their TV shows, that's thankfully an improvement.
Also, that birthday cake earlier, I swear that was the one I was gonna give one of you guys. But
It's another artifact.
Let's see.
What artifact could there be left?
Finally, this place will lighten up.
There we go.
Fireflies.
Lots of fireflies.
Shuri, why are you on your mobile phone? A play's going on at the minute.
She's too immersed. Maybe
Steve, what? What's he playing? Let me see.
maybe she's watching the play on one of her apps or something.
It's right in front of you. Why
Oh,
are you
it's
watching the
a
screen?
robotic dog.
Wait a second. He's on a leash.
Oh, it's a dog.
You know, maybe we should just ignore him. Yeah,
Ha.
let's go.
Wait, don't go.
Do you mind? We're in a hurry.
All I want
Aww.
is for that nasty moon bear king to scratch my ears.
What kind of general are you? You seem to borderline hate him.
Playing.
Oh my gosh! Come on, Kutaro.
Please, just for a minute,
No way.
Come on.
look at me.
You know, I'm a cat person.
I am big.
That's so cruel.
Just like that, Fingerina became Shiroi's favourite character.
Peace.
We'd get
Oh, really?
Cats.
I know you love me.
the waves.
Oh boy, she does.
Could this quite possibly be the dumbest animal I've ever seen? What do you say?
Jesus
Kutaro?
Christ,
Should we
Pikarina.
throw him a bone?
I love.
I think it's safe to say his brain.
I haven't seen any of their shows, so I wouldn't know for sure. Oh, you mean the Bones Studio Bones.
Alright. Oh, crap.
Is he trying to attack us, or...
Oh. Basically, I think it has some of the same patterns as General Tiger.
Yep.
So it would seem. He's just as big.
Please don't eat me. Yeah, how has a production like this gone on and there's been no accidents?
Well, to be fair, the
perfected,
cast are all puppets.
Yeah, so perfected that the main character's fallen off the stage quite a few times.
Well, you actually asked Dweebs then, and I guess you got your own answer.
I just don't believe it's been perfected considering all the mistakes they've made. It's almost like it's a video game and someone's playing it, but they keep messing up.
Well, it certainly is not you, Dweebs, otherwise you would be much more messing up.
No. If this were me, I wouldn't even be watching this. We'd be watching the stage adaptation of Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, there's the bone.
Bone!
No, even better. Yeah,
Dang.
Crash Team Racing, the stage play. I don't know how you managed to do that, but that'd be cool.
So it's like an experiment because he has his brain exposed.
Maybe that's why there's a robotic voice. It's translating for him. Because a lot of shows seem to like to do the whole translating a dog's voice thing.
It gives charm.
Which is weird because all these other animals seem to be perfectly able to talk, so what gives?
I guess it's like it's like the Disney confusion between Goofy and Pluto. The world may never know.
I was gonna say Pokemon, like how everyone tours except the main protagonist.
Well, wait, what?
Hurry up, Kutaro, quick! He's distracted. Slam him!
Okay.
I don't think it hurt.
Try that brains into nuts.
Jesus!
Karina, all he
Karina
wanted
is
was
so
a
nasty
bone.
with this general.
You shall not pass.
Of course.
You shall not pass!
No.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Coulter.
is this downright brain surgery?
Did he ask couching from Kratos?
Let's go for a walk.
Drop the bass.
And you killed the dog. I assume you're very proud of yourself.
It's
Well, at least we got a moon shard.
a moon bone, if you will.
That was just the tip of the Kutaro iceberg.
Wah, wah.
A moonstone shard. How many we up to now? I can't keep count.
Oh,
The house was a
Oh, look,
sucker
it's the
punch to
Kenny
the
house from Hansel and
Their
Gretel.
eyes started with the fluffy whipped cream snow on the milk chocolate shingles and wandered longingly down crispy, crunchy cookie walls until they found the sticky temptation of the candy windows.
I can understand partially, Jova.
Thankfully, I'm a guy who does not really like candy.
I mean,
It's a shame.
not
already bought you over a lollipop.
like, I'm a bit difficult. Most sweets are just do not click for me. The few that do, I will eat them, but not this much.
Yeah, the only sweet I'm really into is maybe a lollipop.
Hey, they stole my house.
Need to get the moonstone.
I have several questions, but you're in luck, Lips. I'll accept the lollipop.
Oh,
But
oh,
the main sweet I
what
do
the-
like is actually a cheesecake.
What a
and,
surprise! What a surprise! The belt given by the monkey was booby trapped.
Our champ had stopped to chomp just long enough for the chimp to make a chomp on him.
Oh crap.
That's
Wow.
wordplay
Oh.
for you.
Well, fuck.
Alright.
That gas has seeped over here, though.
I guess I have to wait till curtain 2 to see what happens.
Flash of Calabrese.
You'd
Wow,
be
that
surprised,
took
with
too
some
long.
theaters in cinema actually did try to implement like a smell thing for some movies.
Do
Our
we need to
cinemas,
say anything about EA gassing their
some
audience?
Some of our cinemas have something called a D-box, where you sit in your seat and the seat reacts to whatever's going on screen. So it's like you could be, if it's an action scene or something, you see it would be going like.
We have those, but it's very rare. The only one we actually experienced was for Star Wars Episode 1.
Could you imagine if they did a D-box presentation of Top Gun or something?
You know what I love?
The seats would never stay still.
You know what I love? It's like in America, like when they have those theater rides where the seats are literally turning up and down, or they vibrate or shake heavily. They lean you forward with the action. Imagine they did that for a whole movie.
Just hope Mr. Bean isn't there, otherwise he'll sabotage the ride and we'll go flying. Anyway, I gotta pop out for a bit. I'll be right back.
Sure, you've done your job. However, that was before the moon goddess vanished, and sly General Monkey played a real trick on
Aloeville. You have to call it Aloeville, otherwise Disney will sue.
Converted the building into a laboratory, and once settled in, Monkey began doing things to the...
So I guess in this case, Monkey took the
Poisoning
job
their water
of...
supply.
General Monkey took the job of
So yeah,
I forgot which name is it.
so yeah, after stuffing us with candy, this is what became of Kutaro.
Oh jeez.
And
Yeah,
and,
thanks, Joel.
and now we also have Fat Pikarina as well.
Oh my god, Kutaro actually has his head.
Think of the experiments I could conduct.
And of course, General Monkey has to speak like Mojo Jojo.
Round indeed! I, Monkey, shall use these moonstone pieces in my experiments. Now make like a banana and peel!
You creep!
What a story.
I'll get you!
Why are you still eating then?
Oh jeez.
As soon as I can find my toes.
Ouch!
Oh, hi Yin. Oh jeez.
Hey, Asma.
Oh, you poor plump dears. What a shame on you for stuffing your piggy little faces.
You can yell!
The irony.
Abe ran off with our moonstone shards!
This is horrible. Those stones have the power to restore magic and memory, but now you've messed everything up. Kutaro, you are a special boy, especially stupid.
Stop lecturing us! Change us back to normal if you want our help!
Oh, but magic can only undo magic. You may have been charmed into eating those sweets, but the sweets themselves were no smell. You pig out, you get
Fucking
back.
loopholes.
That's his nature.
Wait, what does that mean? You can't fix us? We'll be chums forever?
I said magic can't fix you, dummy. You got yourself fat. Now get yourselves thin.
But it can't be that
Well,
easy.
shit.
Nothing is ever easy. And I'm gonna make sure this isn't.
So, montage time.
Oh boy.
Oh, all I need is the moonstone and Calibros. It's all I need.
You know you could just give up and stay an ugly, pathetic witch forever.
Oh. So much salt going around here.
So, the witch is the one pulling the strings. This awesomely juicy morsel should come in handy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jesus. Don't go to ape shit.
Alright,
General Monkey's tasty trap.
we're going to enter into this race so we can cut the fat. Literally.
Oh.
Again.
To blimp.
There you go, see?
Oh.
And did he?
Yeah, well, it kind of reminds me a bit of Lokoroko now.
So he raced into a slimmer future, flab jiggling in the winds of change.
Oh,
Ow, hot.
Kutaro, you're getting thinner!
Kutaro had plenty of pounds to spare as he demolished rock, bridge, and foe. His globe-like body was a microcosm of his struggles.
Thanks, G.
Was slicing away with Calibros at the layers of fat. Your greatest enemy is yourself.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Looking good, kiddo. Keep it up.
Despite all this, Pikarina can still fly. Also, jump cut.
Well, her flight is magical, so it's like weight doesn't enter the equation.
And the poor.
I suppose.
Fatocracy. To narrow the divide between the fats and the fat nots, someone had the bright idea to ration food. It was called condoms. Don't be like those unhealthy
Спасибо,
fat rats.
comrade.
But communism ultimately
Goodness.
lost out. No 5-year plan could wean people from the temptation of all that caviar and vodka. It was hard work, but Kutaro shed the pounds, having doffed his mantle of corpulence.
Oh,
he could once
man.
again squeeze into his place.
Shame now that he's lost his head again.
Awesome. Wait, what about me? I get thin too, don't I? Oh no, I don't want to be
Well,
fat
that's what you
alone.
get,
What
I
seems
Sorry,
guess.
like an
Pikarina.
unbreakable friendship pre-diet can get truly ugly post-diet.
Oh my gosh,
Aw.
I'm serious. What about me? You do still have my other costume. Gonna press change out during a scene change or something?
Pikarina, wanna keep it behind the fourth
Are
wall,
you
please?
trying to wreck my career? So not cool. I haven't.
Does your career truly rely on this one show? Your career is in trouble,
I mean,
girl.
you should get lesson by Christian Bale. He knew how to gain and lose weight in a whim.
Alright, so like she said,
At the
let's
end
just
of his
switch
pot-belly,
sets and
the
scenes.
stout-hearted,
Ahem.
And there you go.
self-imposed emaciation, Kutaro had wandered right into
That's
Halloween.
cheating and you know it. How do you think a real fat person would feel?
I can see my toes.
Give me candy
Oh no.
or die.
No, thank you.
That's how Halloween works.
The pumpkin monster attacked with vicious geysers of cream filling. At this rate, Kutaro and Pikarina
It's
would be
geyser.
If we get the cream off the roof, we might be able to slam the house back to normal.
Oh, bats.
Snip, snip, snip. As we cut the living beings to ribbons.
I feel
Oh, jeez.
Well, what do you expect if you eat nothing but candy? Oh no.
Get me out of here!
you
Here we go.
escape.
He's creaming the house.
Who says we're trying to escape?
He's creaming the houses, so let's cut to the cream.
Hurry.
There we go. More bats.
Up the belfry.
I will crush you.
What did I ever do to you?
The last scene. Hurry!
Maybe he had a really shitty Halloween night, so he was sticking out.
Possible.
I don't know.
Halloween Veal was
Yes.
out to get him.
Must be how much he's vomiting.
No escape!
There we go.
Onwards and upwards. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy.
Oh, jeez.
Ow. Okay, that's a tough jump to make.
I think in that fragment you are supposed to cut away the cream fast enough.
And
Ugh.
alright, more cream.
There is so much as too much of a good thing, and this is ultimate proof of it.
Yep.
Now, you are
I mean, we're literally seeing the result of what happens when you eat too much candy with how much that guy is barfing out.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah.
So much cream.
See, it's coming right out of his mouth.
Oh,
Oh, shoot.
There we go.
Come on.
Oh, really?
Oh, you!
Hello?
There we go.
Dweebs, you're just in time to see all the cream.
You
This
just
is what happens
sorry,
when you eat too much candy. You barf
Sorry,
it out and you miss.
the line for the toilets is a nightmare.
you
I can
miss.
imagine with this seat.
Well,
I
and now
can.
you're right. You missed Fat Kutaro and Fat Pikarina.
This is like the umpteenth time we've been eaten by someone.
I'd say with this game there's some kind of fixation.
Maybe. Oh! Oh!
Chuck a bomb into the cavity.
This is
Kids,
the most extreme form of dentistry I've ever seen.
kids, brush your teeth regularly or you'll get cavities. And then little people will leave bombs in them. And that'll be a big ouchie.
To crawl out of. They were trapped.
Let's just get away from the teeth.
When are we not? It's a party in my mouth and everybody's invited.
Oh,
This really is showing what happens when you eat too much candy. It shows that
Wow,
Kutaro and Pikarina got fat as all heck. It
Well,
shows
should've
that this
got-
guy is constantly barfing up stuff and has a terrible life. And now it's showing us the cavities. Like, holy cow.
So you should have got an NHS treatment.
Maybe one of the most effective ways to show kids what happens when you eat too much.
I suppose.
Jova, I noticed you say that, but I noticed you have a bag full of chocolate there.
Oh, you can have it. I don't like chocolate.
So why did you buy it then?
I didn't buy it. Shiroi gave it to me.
Oh, I'd ask her, but again, she's busy on her phone watching the plays, ignoring the fact that it's right in front of her.
Maybe that's why she absentmindedly gave me the chocolate.
Lots of hearing.
Again, who does that? Who goes to a live performance of anything, but watches it through their phone?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a good question.
Here we go.
That's a good question.
Oh!
But I guess it's like that guy said a few years back. Like all these apps are taking jobs away from people.
He says that he uses an app to vent his frustration.
Well, technically, he was using television, but
That would have been some irony if he did that.
Snip, snip, snip.
it's this guy. Basically, it's this argument that all these apps that are taking jobs away from people. Like for example, he's saying, here's what you're not thinking about. All those apps, all the functions of those apps used to be done by people. Hey, Shuri.
There we go.
Shuri, what do you think of the fat? So Shuri, what did you think of fat giant Kutaro and fat Pikarina?
Battered cavities had only worsened
I
the pumpkin
mean,
monster's depravity. He was
lay off the
savory.
sweets?
This was one meal.
Hey, it's there. Like I said, this play is
I'm
really.
sorry,
really-
I had no idea how Mena got into the theatre.
Shiri, have you Shiri, have you been to that dentistry
Shiri-
up the road where they plant little bombs in your teeth to get rid of the cavities?
You know, Shiroi, dogs are not allowed in the theater. You should,
maybe
you should have
don't
kept.
go out to this
left- you
theater.
you should have left her home.
Unless it's a guide dog.
Or any service dog.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll just
I don't have a service dog though.
we'll just say Mena is your guide dog
Hello.
as a cover. Oh hi,
I will,
oh hi, Nightmare Before Christmas character.
The rest of your days as a pumpkin monster.
Go ahead.
a lot of this stuff kind of looks like that actually, but yeah, Jova, I'll just repeat the earlier statement I made while I was unknowingly muted. If candy makes my teeth grow spikes, I'm gonna eat it more.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
I am Nebula. Nebula oblongata.
Nebula, of course.
Is this one? Is this one of? Yeah, the 3D effects. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those things that takes advantage of the 3D.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be so scared, but Pedro glued the bloody 3D glasses to my head.
Dweebs, that's what people of the 90s called a red.
So the mayor's daughter was a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Who are you to judge over? You know, the story about the boy wanting to get back his head is so chock full of lore.
Yeah.
Well, there's also it's also kind of like that film about a boy who strums a guitar and it scares ghosts away.
I called my literal home.
Well, Kutaro, let's go.
Then again, there was also the Ninja Rock Guitar and Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
The haunted house into a laboratory. It is a fell crucible of tin and iron, a portentous labyrinth.
So he turned it
I
into
can see that from a distance.
So he basically made it the Spencer Mansion then. One half haunted mansion, one half secret laboratory.
How far does that next stretch?
That's a challenge. Also drove at the police station over Raccoon City too.
Yes, it was my literal home.
Then could you, show us?
Impossible. Monkey stole my key to the unspeakable door.
Of course he did. Okay, great.
Oh.
So where's the mayor?
In the one
Oh, I know this one. You have to take the bust, get into the blacksmith office, melt it into the crucifix stamp, forge a new crucifix, and open the door.
No. What you have to do is you have to first just find the crucifix and make sure you save them for the dungeon so that you can just get the dungeon done and move on.
So, I guess the next act will take place in a necropolis.
Necropolis? Oh, no. No, I don't want to go there.
Well, Dweebs, that's what a cemetery be, unless we're talking about Raccoon City. Why? Got bad experience with necropolis?
No, it's just the word necro. That sounds gross.
It's Greek, Dweebs. It's for smart people.
Well, I'm not smart, okay?
Anyway,
Alright, let's see our new heads.
Let's check the head collection. Pumpkin. The absurd fate of an unlucky fool who ate the wrong candy. General Monkey's plan was ingenious. Trick people into eating his pumpkin treats. Once they turned into pumpkin monsters, he could make the useful ones his slaves and convert the rest into more treats. It was pumpkinomical. Recycling at its best.
So how did the mayor's daughter turn into an extra large pumpkin?
I wonder.
A shortcake made from General Monkey's HUGE, Hyper Uber Genetically Enhancified pumpkins. The large sweet strawberry on top looks borderline natural. This silky smooth whipped creamish stuff is free of non-artificial preservatives, and the sponge cake may as well have been made with real eggs.
You know, I think I realized it to you. The pumpkin thing, that's the T-virus, but just turns people into pumpkins.
Candy Cottage. Sometimes you want to show on Kenny House, but can't manage as an American colonial. The more doable cottage is made this real cottage cheese. And since it was shrunk using the latest thermodynamic technology, you're guaranteed to get all the calories with minimal chewing.
Ew.
It's like a protein bar.
So it's literally something made to give you as many calories
Nebula,
as possible?
the daughter of a cattleman who gave generously to the magical theater. The role of Nebula Oblongata was added to the script just for her. A true country gal, she doubled as a dialect coach backstage, but despite warming to the troop, she struggled to wrap her head around her bizarre character.
So we can use her head now.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
Handy.
Also, Jova, yeah, you're right. We'll call it the P virus.
Alright,
Yeah,
before we...
why not?
Alright, while the intermission is going on, let's just... let's take advantage and just take Mena outside before she bothers me.
I think she's fine.
Don't worry, guys.
I seriously don't know how she ended up here.
No, guys, don't worry. I'll take her back to the pound. I mean, the pet house.
Let's go to the pound.
Maybe we should keep her.
Let's go to the pound.
Yeah, now she's staying here thanks to Dweebs' snarky comments.
See ya.
But that's where stray dogs.
Alright, guys.
Anyway,
let's go.
see you on next time on Resident Evil Puppeteer Edition.
See ya.
See ya.
Yep.